Okay, good morning, everyone. It's 10:01 a.m., and I'm calling this meeting to order. In accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551, this meeting is officially open with a quorum present. Before we begin, I would like to thank my colleagues on the board for the very, very hard work that you all did in bringing us to this point in time. This was a very arduous process that we went through. It was very thorough, and we've come up with a very excellent individual to nominate as our finalist. The only action item we have today is item 2A, to consider and take action to nominate the sole finalist for the position of Superintendent of Schools. And Mrs. Paz, do I have a motion?
Yes. I move to name Dr. Joel D. Boyd as the sole finalist for the position of Superintendent of the Fort Worth Independent School District, and to employ Dr. Joel D. Boyd as Superintendent on mutually agreed terms after 21 days have passed.
And Dr. Sutherland has seconded the motion. Is there any discussion? Dr. Avila.
Thank you, President Robbins. I just want to say a few thank yous and reiterate some of the things that you said in your introductory remarks. The first person that I'd like to thank is Dr. Linares for providing outstanding leadership to this district during this transition period, and we've really enjoyed working with you. And even though we're to the end of this process, we're going to miss working with you. I just wanted to recognize all the outstanding work you've done during this transition period. I also want to thank Ray and Associates, the search firm that we hired to help us with this search. Their team did an outstanding job. They brought us over 110 applicants for this position, and really helped us manage the evaluation of all the various candidates and to get down to the group that we did a thorough analysis of. They were great to work with. Also want to thank my fellow board members. As President Robbins said, this has been a very arduous process, but a very good one. We've worked together as a team. Even though it's been hard work, it's been really enjoyable working together, and I think we've come up with a great leader to take the district forward. Again, we had a number of outstanding candidates, very difficult to narrow down among the field that we had to deal with, but in the end, Dr. Boyd really rose above the rest, and I'm very excited to work with him, and I think that staff and the community are going to be very pleased with what he brings to the table. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Paz.
I just kind of want to piggyback a little bit on what Dr. Avila has said. Primarily, I would like to thank Ray and Associates. When we came to them, we asked them to bring us the best superintendent in the U.S. And it took a long time, but they used that time well. And I have no doubt in my mind that they are bringing us the best superintendent in the U.S. And, I want to thank Dr. Boyd and Mrs. Boyd for wanting to come on this journey with us. I think this is a very exciting time to be a part of Fort Worth ISD. And I want to also thank our staff and all of the staff of Fort Worth ISD, because I know that this transition has not been easy on you guys. But you have all stuck with us, and instead of letting things slip through the cracks under the guidance of Dr. Linares, you've all kept it together, and we've continued to improve. So I just want to thank everyone, and then this board. I can't believe that we are here. and that we're doing this today. So thank you, guys. It is an honor to work with all of you.
Thank you. I have two statements to read from the two board members that weren't able to be with us this morning. First one from Mr. Jacinto Ramos. It says, "My sincerest apologies for missing a big day for the Fort Worth ISD and our community. I'm attending and supporting the Northside High School Mariachi's Escuelas de Plata at MASBA's statewide mariachi competition in San Antonio, Texas. I'm staying true to my commitment to youth and staff that asked for my support prior to this important meeting. I am in full support of the selected superintendent, and I am in full support of moving forward with our decision. Jacinto Ramos Jr." And then from Mrs. Needham, who unfortunately is home with the flu and fever, she says, "I am thrilled to have Dr. Boyd here, and I look forward to working with him to improve the academic achievement of all our students." From my personal perspective, I too would like to thank Ray and Associates. As Dr. Avila indicated, we had over 100 applicants from 43 states throughout the country. So Fort Worth is a very highly desirable place to be, as is evident from the applicant base that we had. To let you all know what we went through, we Skyped 16 of these finalists that Ray and Associates has chosen as being the finest of those over 100. And then we ended up talking with 7 of the candidates and finally picked Dr. Boyd. We feel very comfortable and confident in his abilities, which we will be glad to go into much more detail on at some other time. But we're thrilled to be at this particular point in our journey. So if there is no further discussion, please move to voting. Motion passes 7-4-0 against. This meeting is adjourned.